Over and over, I replayed our last session, as I like to call them, that rushed yet steamy sex we had in the back seat of your car. You never said you loved me, as I recall, but in my mind you did. You bought me things that made me smile, gifts so I wouldn't be sad. I had hoped you would be the one. I couldn't, no. I didn't want to think of ever being apart. The way your hands would gently caress my skin as you're making your way up the back of my shirt to unsnap my bra. How did you do that with one hand? And your lips, your beautiful, full lips, how they would cover mine so softly. I love when we kiss. Sometimes I still feel it lingering. For a while, I was happy. At least I thought I was. But here I am, alone. You never lied to me. You told me from the start that you had a girl. But I was determined to win you, like a prize. But in truth, who wants a cheater? Thank you for tuning in. It's Channelle, your radio host, and I have my co-host with me. God, are you on?
It's Couture. How are you guys?
Hello, hello. Thank you. So today our episode is going to be on love and lust and the difference between the two, and we're going to speak on safe sex. So, how do you know?
So my video is uploading. If you could give me a moment, as I told you prior, I am still relatively new to this, so it's kind of it's a work in progress. But
So,
bear
if
with
you're
me.
in love with someone, or if you're in love with them, what is love? What is love? Lust is a more easily defined word. It's defined as a very strong sexual desire or having very strong sexual desire for someone or an intense longing. We often mistake the two. Have you ever sat and thought about someone for an extended period of time, about the way they smelled, or how their lips looked, or how you imagined they tasted, or how it would feel to have sex with a big booty girl? Whatever the case it is, it's being lustful. You're objectifying the subject. What is a person? Are they a collection of body parts? Are we made of plastic? Or are we a whole person with a soul, full of all the things that make a person human? Strengths, weaknesses, quirks, fears, insecurities, anxieties, vulnerabilities, likes, dislikes, hopes, and dreams? The answer is obvious, yet it escapes so many. Lost in our sex and skin-saturated culture, whether by conscious choice or by years of overexposure that has conditioned an addiction, many people view the other sex as objects to be consumed. We as a society are raised unconsciously on softcore pornography. Our mind and body define attractiveness as body parts, not to beat up on the fellas, but men tend to place a woman's worth based on her body parts and not much else. This is just as true for women men see on pages, on TV screens, and sex. I mean, or people they see in real life. It's easy to stare at a photo or movie of a nude person. As a matter of fact, they don't even have to be nude, and create the perfect fantasy of them. But where do you live? You live in real life, not in fantasy. We all live in real life. So what happens when the way we view people is completely formed in fantasy? Problems ensue. There's one thing being in a long-term relationship like marriage teaches you. It shows the full humanity of a woman and the full humanity of a man. There's a reason marriage vows says for better or worse. In them, marriage is guaranteed to bring with it the best sides of a person as well as the worst. Once you move in with someone, you begin to see all the flaws. You know what they look like when they're tired, stressed out, stinky breath, or no makeup. These are the things you don't see when you're hooking up and when you're not real serious about the relationship. You don't see the flaws in the receptionist at the counter you're flirting with. Fantasy takes over, and you assume this person has none of these human imperfections. The reality is sex is not about body parts. It's about trust, safety, and commitment, things that are completely foreign to lust. Lust is a desire or appetite that is indulged and fed as one looks at another person. Women lust as well, but we don't typically do it by longing simply for a physical body, an image, or a sexual release. Our temptation lies more directly in a man giving us attention, affection, and a feeling of emotional intimacy and connectedness. This closeness is generally what allows a woman to open up sexually and what spurs us on to sexual activity. So basically, men will lust by indulging the physical, and women more often lust by indulging the emotional. This is not to say that men don't care about the emotional, but generally, men separate the emotional from the physical. And many times, when it comes to take place, women are objectified, meaning we are treated as a sexual tool and vehicle for selfish pleasure rather than one to whom they want to commit themselves to love unconditionally and permanently. Lust only takes and it destroys, never delivering what it promises and always leaving a person empty and feeling compelled to lust again. It's very addictive and consuming, and it is thus a powerful weapon of the enemy. That's why sex is a $1 billion industry. See, love is different. Love demands sacrifice that can't be found in self-centeredness. You can give without loving, but you can never love without giving. Love requires that we give what we value most, our hearts, minds, souls, and strength. The Greeks called love the madness of the gods. Modern psychologists defined it as the strong desire for emotional union with another person. But what actually is love? It means so many different things to different people. Songwriters have described it. Whenever you're near, I hear a symphony. Shakespeare said, "Love is blind, and lovers cannot see." Aristotle said, "Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies." I'm going to turn it over to my co-host because she has some words that she would like to share with us about love and lust. So if you're available, if you're ready, any time, Miss Culture.
Of course.
Hi.
Oh. Co-host, you're so sweet. Thank you. Of course, you are tuning in to Sexology. I'm Kotohara once more for anybody who is just logging in or tuning in right now. And this is my host, Channelle. She just welcomed us with a beautiful info on lust and love. I love this. I want to mention that we're also going to be interviewing Marnika Mob. And Channelle, isn't there another person that you might have to interview?
The person that I had, they haven't called in, so I'm not sure. I don't think that I'm not 100% if they're going to call in or not. But they told me they would, but so far, no one's here.
Okay, well, hopefully they tune in. We would love to still hear from them. If not, we can just open up the floor to somebody who has tuned in and give them a chance. So, yay, free interview for you right about now, whoever that might be. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. I greatly appreciate it. So, yeah, I just want to give you just my intake on lust. Lust is very strong. Love is very strong. They're both very powerful. Lust is an emotion or feeling of intense desire in the body. So lust can take any form such as the lust for sex, lust for expensive objects, extravagant, or the lust for power. It can take such mundane forms as the lust for food as distinct from the need for food. Lust is a physiologically, sorry you guys, force producing intense wanting for an object or circumstances or feeling the emotions. I think that's really deep. That's just a little bit for lust. I think we all know what love is. But for those who don't know what love is, I'm going to give you a little bit of definition of that. And love is still a deep romantic or sexual attachment to someone. That's the verb. A person or thing that loves someone or something, an intense feeling of deep affection. I like the last one, an intense feeling of deep affection. So I just want to give you guys that. Lust and love, for me, just on my little input, I get really caught up into the lust part. Just meeting a person and you're just like, OMG. You know, I don't think I know what love is yet, and I can't wait to find it. If you guys know what it is, let us know when we open up the floor. But now I'm going to introduce our lovely interviewer today. Everybody say hello to Marnika Mob.
Hello. Marnika.
Hello. Thank you for tuning in.
Oh, you're so very welcome.
So Shahada, are you gonna be the one to interview her?
Yes.
Awesome.
And I would love for you to help me out with this. So, you know, I'll do a question, you do a question. Without you. Okay. So the first question and the topic that we are going to hit on is lust and love, since we opened up with lust and love. So, Marnika Mob, how's your day?
My day's going good.
Happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day to you, ladies.
Happy Mother's Day to all the ladies, to all the mothers who are not here with us. I just want to say that. But back to Marnika, how was your day?
My day was very good. Had fun today.
Yay! So, how do you feel about this topic, lust and love?
Yeah, I think lust and love is a very good topic. You know, not a lot of people today, now in this day and age, do not know what the difference between lust and love. So I think it's a very good topic to talk about.
Okay, my first question for you would be, when you first date and you're with your partner and you first time having sex with them, is that like lust or love? Like, how do you know the difference?
That would be considered lust. You know, I mean, some people do believe in like love at first sight, but like honestly, how can you love a person that you don't even know? You know, it's not like having a child. It's not like a child that you raise. You know, how do you look? You can have this person and you love this person, you not even know this person. But I don't believe it works like your partner. I believe that it takes time to actually get to know a person. You know, you can't just see a person and just instantly fall in love. You know, you don't know nothing about the person despite how they're doing crazy stuff on the person. I honestly do believe that it is lust, not love.
I love how you answered that. Co-host, host, how do you feel about that? I'm the co-host. Sorry, how do you feel about that?
I appreciate the answer. I was thinking when she answered, I had thought of like, what if you waited till you were married the first time you had sex? But then that doesn't it doesn't. To me, I just was thinking of like, if you waited till marriage, you had sex the first time, then it wouldn't really be lust. It would, if you took the time to get to know someone. But I did want to tell you that we have a caller on the thing that the person I told you that was gonna call in and speak, like they're on. So just wanted to let you know.
Okay, yay! Thank you for tuning in. You will be on Safe Sex, so get ready. We were so waiting for you. Getting back to Marnika Mob. Do you have any questions for her?
Okay, so I'm gonna bring them in. It's actually I don't know what he wants me to call him, so I'm gonna bring him in and see. I'm gonna ask him. And let him introduce himself. Just a moment. Hello, are you there?
I am here.
All right. How would you like to? Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Royal.
Well, hello, Royal. Thank you for calling in. Do you have anything that you want to add? Like, what do you think when, Shada, is it possible if you could ask the question again?
Hi, Will. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
That's good that you're doing good. I'm doing wonderful on Mother's Day. How did you spend your Mother's Day? Did you call your mom?
Yeah, She wanted to argue with me and give me a hard time today, but I take it on the chin.
That's mom for you.
Oh, I think that's really sweet. You're always going to be your mom's little baby, no matter how old you get. We all are. So I'm glad you got to hear her saying that to you. So I have a question for you. And the question is, people say that marijuana is a gateway drug to harder drugs like crack and cocaine and heroin. Do you think masturbation can lead to being lustful or make you want to watch porn? Do you think watching porn is bad?
No, I won't say that. I do. Well, let me do them in order. Okay. So you said, do I feel like it can lead to being lustful? I do believe that a lot of times, I think it's how you do it in moderation. A lot of people just do it like all the time, and then they wonder like why they only just think about sex just 24/7. So it's kind of like on one, it's not unhealthy to do, but just you should look at it. If you're always in your room masturbating, like you might have a problem.
Right.
So that's what, but it's not unhealthy, and you shouldn't feel wrong about it. And it's
So it's loading. This is a live stream. I mean, not a live stream, but it's something that I did on my radio show. I'm trying to transfer it over to YouTube by doing it via live stream in case there's any new thoughts on the subject, in case someone wants to come on the panel. You do have to have Google Hangouts to join, but you can join anytime once I put the link out there. If anyone expresses their desire to join the panel, I don't want to just put it out there just because. But it's kind of like buffering right now, so that's the problem and the reason why it's going in and out. But yes, why it's buffering. The show that I was doing is called Lust and Love and the difference between the two and the importance of safe sex. So I hope that it's informational and that you were able to learn something from it. I had I had a friend that was 22 years old at the time, and she didn't really know about STDs. So this kind of inspired me. Her not knowing that, kind of inspired me to want to do a show on it because I was just like, in a sense, how are you that old and don't know about
The part
safe sex? So now I have to fast forward through my
sexual
show
activity.
that I
So
did
basically,
to find out where I last was. So
once more, for anybody who is just logging in or
doing crazy stuff in the person. I honestly do believe that it is lust, not love.
masturbation can lead to being.
and
I have a statement slash question to you. I read
just think about sex just 24/7. So it's kind of like on one, it's not unhealthy to do, but just you should look at it. If you're always in your room masturbating, like you might have a problem.
Right.
So that's what, but it's not unhealthy, and you shouldn't feel wrong about it. And it's something that everybody does. Just like I said, just don't get carried away.
And I have a statement slash question to you. I read somewhere that someone said that they don't believe that somebody should masturbate before marriage because if they masturbated before marriage and they get the feeling of having an orgasm before marriage, it's going to lead them to want to be lustful. And I just was wondering, like, what's your take on that? Do you think that if you like masturbate, like you begin to, I mean, you kind of answered the question, but not exactly. Like, do you think that masturbation will lead to you wanting to watch porn? Like, oh, well, since I'm masturbating, I better feel better if I'm watching, pornography. Like, do you think that's like a gateway, like a stepping stool to being promiscuous?
I don't think it'd necessarily make you watch porn, though, necessarily. Some people just would be just so caught up in that feeling of just having an orgasm that they just would be stuck, like, oh my God. Like, some people don't need that other stimulation. They just would be, you only necessarily need what you're curious about or what makes you feel good. So unless somebody kind of introduces that to you, I don't think you're necessarily gonna just put two and two together every time. Like that's what I think.
Okay, to you and I'm sorry, what is the other the person that we're interviewing? I forgot her name.
Her name is Monica Mob. Monica Mob.
Monica Mob. Monica Mob and Royal. I wanted to know, what do you guys think love is? How do you define love?
I think love is. Oh wait, was I supposed to answer first?
It doesn't matter. I have another caller too. That motherfucking guy is on the line, so I could bring him in, and then we all could, just like big soup. They just call everybody just answers whenever. So just a moment. Hello, another 59 sister. Oh my God. It's retarded. The question is, do you know what is love to you, and how do you define it?
Love is two fools with a misunderstanding.
Do you care to tell me? No? Okay. So, oh God,
Monica, would you like to answer that question on what is love and how you defined it?
What's up with that dead air? People thinking?
you're thinking, Royal, do you have an answer? Do you know what love? How do you define love?
I think love is finding a person that you feel like compliments you, completes you, and that you just can't, like, once they walk into your life, like, you can't picture your life without them. And I think love is also not necessarily just that feeling you have for them, but a duty to them. Because people will tell you that they will love you, and then they'll feel some type of way towards you, but how they act won't measure up. So it's also a duty. If you love somebody, then you gotta do what's best for them and always have their best interests at heart, and treat them the best. Show them what love is through your actions instead of your words. So it's a feeling.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I was it. That's it. I was gonna lie this anyway. It's feeling in the duty.
So I wanted to quote this Bible verse, but I don't want to use it in the sense of being religious. I'm not trying to have my show religious. No offense to anybody out there that's religious, but I like this Bible verse where 1 Corinthians chapter 13, 4-8, where it says, "Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. Where there are prophecies, there will cease. Where there are tongues, there will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. I like that verse when it speaks about love because I think it pretty much it encompasses what love is. But I don't want to, like I said, I don't mean to use the Bible verse in the sense of religious reasons, just in the sense of I like the verse.
It's called out of the.
What does that mean?
Unconditional.
Love is unconditional.
No, that's what you talk about. The love we get now is too full with a misunderstanding.
I wanted to go into, if no one else has anything to add right now about love and lust. I would like to have like a 5-minute interlude where I'm gonna play some music and I'll be right back. And when we come back, we're gonna kind of change it and to like sex education / sex, safe sex, practicing safe sex, ways to come up with being sexy when it, putting condoms on, and how do you bring up, getting tested when you're in a new relationship. We're going to speak on that in just a brief moment. If you could hold on, please. You guys, I'll be right back.
Yeah, so I just like to, play my little song. I don't know what I did.
Chad fucking guy is on the line, so I could bring him in, and then we all could, just like big soup, and just call everybody just answers whatever. So just a moment. Hello, another fucking guy, is that?
Yeah, no,
We're gonna go into overtime. Okay, so I just wanted to tell we're gonna go into overtime.
So I just I'm skipping forward from the song that I did because copyright issues. So I don't want to play that song. As I said earlier, this is a pre-recorded broadcast that I did. Or what do they call it? The Fair Use Act. So I'm skipping through the song, but here you go. So you can finish listening to the second half of the broadcast about safe sex and condom use and things like that.
Tune in, you want to call in, you have to call in now. We have 3 minutes and 16 seconds left, and if you don't call in now, you won't be able to hear the show. We're gonna go into overtime. You won't be able to call in or anything past 3 minutes and 2 seconds from now. So the number to call in is area code 657-383-1069. Again, the number is 657-383-1069 if you want to be a part of the show and call in. Thank you.
Just to let you guys know, as I just said, this is a pre-recorded message, so this is not live on my Blog Talk radio program that I have. That's the call-in number for that radio show. This, at this moment, is not live, so if you call that number, nothing will come up, no one will answer. But yes, I'm gonna keep playing it. So please like and share the video and tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Just again, my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram, Snapchat, basically any kind of social media program is under my name, T Channelle, spelled TeaChannelle. And thank you for tuning into my program. Just a moment.
You won't be able to call in or anything past 3 minutes and 2 seconds from now. So the number to call in is area code 657-383-1069. Again, the number is 65. Stress, safe sex. We don't want to give people the wrong. So, safe sex and practice. Hello. So now we're back. So, I'm gonna speak on safe sex and practicing safe sex and and preventing STDs. I think that is really important because the fact that I'm talking about sex, this is a sex show. Um, me and my co-host found it really important to stress safe sex. We don't want to give people the wrong impression of sex. Like, oh, sex is all fun and games and everything. When you know that you could die from sex from the wrong person. You know, STDs, HIV, AIDS, all kind of gonna gonna I'm sorry. I'm gonna let my co-host take over from now, but we're gonna talk about sex. Thank you.
Hey, you guys, welcome back. I hope you guys had your 5 minute break. Get you some water, get you some food type.
Just for the record, in case you guys thought I didn't know how to say gonorrhea, it's gonorrhea. I got it. I don't have gonorrhea. For the record, no, that didn't come out right. I'm saying I got how to say it because I was stuttering and I had turned it over to my co-host. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I do know what word I was trying to say. But my co-host was kind of like trying to get my attention at the same time that I was talking about it. So that's the reason why it came off as me stuttering. But I know the word. Thank you.
Stuff, because I'm over here. Cooking, no. I'm over here drinking water. But yes, it is very important to promote safe sex. Just like my host Channelle said that, it's all fun and games until we catch something that can't go away or until baby comes along and we're like, oh, what to do? But also, it does sound horrible, but I do also want to say that there are things that can fix that. There are things like clinics to get you tested, to get you fixed up. There are birth control, condoms, to prevent things, treatments type things. So I want to let you guys know that. Look into your local area. You can do 411 to call and see about testing. I personally have this.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to interrupt again because I'm coming from the San Francisco Bay Area standpoint. So when she said call 311, I believe she said, or 211, I forgot which number she said to call. That's my co-host, Shahada Couture, also known, what is her other name? Hada Couture. She was, mostly speaking about the people in the San Francisco Bay Area, California. If you need any resources, that's the number to call.
Saying, and I live by this: no glove, no love, no ticket, no ride. So because there are things out there that you can catch that doesn't go away. As far as you ever have taken a class in high school like sexual aid, it scared me straight. For things, just hearing that something like AIDS or HIV or genital warts, those are things that don't go away. So please be careful. There's things for your babies when you plan babies, Planned Parenthood. There's your local welfare office. So just Google or call 411. I'm going to very much encourage that. I'm going to very much encourage you to please practice safe sex. Okay? And that's all I have to say about that. Opening up the floor back to one of our interviewers for today, Marnika Mob. Are you still here with us, girl?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to ask you a question because we are talking about safe sex. And what is your feelings about the female condom and why?
I really don't have too much any feelings about the female condom. I don't really understand the concept of a female condom. I think I don't know how to use it. So I don't know, I don't know nothing about it. Never use it.
Okay, because I've seen them. I do know some local drugstores sell them. I for sure know Planned Parenthood has them. If you're interested, I'm curious on trying one. What about you, Tisha? Are you curious about the female condom yourself?
Oh gosh, I have never used a female condom before, but I it wasn't actually until I want to say until like 20 that I even knew about them. Like I never even heard of like sex education. They didn't even teach me about female condoms. But I myself have never actually used a female condom, but I have bought male condoms and like told the guy like, hey, I got these for you. But myself, I have never used a female condom.
I used the dental dam. It was strawberry. It tasted great.
Yeah, there's also dental dams. It's like a covering, kind of like saran wrap, sort of, that you place over your vagina in case a guy wants to like eat you out and you want to protect yourself. Like it covers your whole vagina up, so you don't have to. You won't catch like herpes, for instance, from his mouth or her mouth, whatever is eating you out. It protects you against that. But I never actually used a.
Okay, I need some help. There is a movie out there with, I think it's Vivica Fox, and I forgot the other lady, and Jamie Fox, and oh my God, it's this dude. I forgot his name too. But I know that's not a lot of information. Well, you got oh God, what's his name? Vivica Fox, her name Vivica Fox, and Jamie Fox. Jamie Fox. They were in the movie together, and it's these two dudes trying to hook up with these two girls, and Vivica Fox is like telling her friend, like, girl, you gotta strap it up, blah blah blah, and they keep going, they keep sending the guys to the corner store to go get condoms. So the first time they get a condom, they get lambskin condoms, which come to find out, at least out here, are kind of hard to find. It's not impossible to find them, but it's kind of hard to find the lambskin condoms. So they went there, they got lambskin condoms. The girls come back like, lambskin condoms, they don't protect against whatever they said in the movie, which I can't remember. She's like, you have to go get the latex kind. So she sent them out again to go get latex condoms. And then she was like, we need some, I don't know if she said dental dams or saran wrap. But they ended up going to go buy saran wrap. And he wrapped his whole body up. He's like, yes, this time she cannot say that she is not protected because I'm going to wrap my whole body up. Because obviously he didn't know what he was doing. Aside from that, somebody help me out with the name of that movie, please. And, I'm trying to think. I think that movie was like either in the late 90s or like the early 2000s. I kind of forgot now, though. But, yeah, just help me out with the name of the movie, and I'll be really happy. So I'm gonna continue my broadcast just a moment.
A female condom myself.
I've never used one either, but I am curious. Tisha, do you have any questions for Monica Mob? Channelle?
I'm sorry.
Do you have any? As the producer of the show, the host of the show, do you have one last question for Monica Mob?
Well, I wanted to know how does she or her opinion of women, how do you bring up the conversation of protecting yourself or getting tested when you're in a relationship or a new relationship? How do you bring up the conversation? I found with myself, like, I just told people like, hey, I bought condoms, I got magnums and I got regular size. Like, what size do you? I got it. Just, make sure that, in the heat of the moment, sometimes you don't really think of, oh, like, I'm going to have sex and you just like, oh, like, I'm horny, let's get it on right now. But me, I'm always trying to protect myself, so I don't I never caught anything. I don't want to catch anything. Like you said, there's some stuff that you can't go to the doctors and get rid of. So I don't even want to take my chances. But I was wondering, how is it with other people? Because my personal experience, like I would say to a guy like, hey, I want you to use a condom, and they're like, use a condom. Why? Like I like the way it feels. I like the way it feels raw. I don't want, like I like the way it feels raw, and I don't really want to wear a condom or it's too tight or something like that, where they try to talk you out of protecting yourself. And then with me, like what happened with me too. A guy once tried to turn around like wanting to wear a condom, like why, you got something? And it's like, no, like, not only can, STDs be transmitted that way by, not protecting yourself, but there's also like pregnancy. And I'm not trying to get pregnant. I'm sure if this is like a one night stand type thing or somebody that I'm not really sure if I really want to be in a relationship like long term with, like, I want to protect myself. So I was just wondering, like, what's other people's experience with that when it comes to having a conversation of, protecting yourself and like, hey, I want to go get tested before we have sex. Like, what's the experience? Like, had a guy actually waited to go get tested before sex, or like, I just, what do you think? Like, just what's your personal experience?
Yeah, kind of a personal experience like that. My personal experience, honestly, I basically just tell these guys, like, if you want to sleep with me, you gotta wrap it up, Then you want to try to work this out, we gotta get tested. We can't be sitting up here wondering who you done been. I don't know who you've been with. You don't know who I've been with. I could be bringing age. You could be bringing me age. We don't know this, so we might as well just go get tested. Don't need a sugarcoat or even beating around the bush when it comes to that. Your health is more important than anything. Don't need to try to be nice. Oh well, maybe he likes me. No, that doesn't make no sense. No, for me, because he don't like the medical bills when they start kicking in. He's not gonna be around for all that. So just tell him straight up, straightforward. Wear a condom. For me, I'll be carrying condoms in my bra sometimes when I'm in a relationship now. So for me, I don't use condoms. For me, I'm in a relationship. I've been in the same relationship for a few years now. But we don't use condoms. But outside of being in a relationship, when I'm not in a relationship, I carry condoms in my bra, I carry condoms in my wallet, I carry condoms in my bag, I carry condoms in my car. I have condoms all the time just to make sure, you never know when any of this stuff gonna pop out, when it's gonna happen. You don't just.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it right there just for a brief moment. I want to interrupt her conversation. And I don't know, I can't remember if I said it after she had spoke, but just in case I didn't, I wanted to say it right now. Condoms have expiration dates, and it is important that you do not let a condom dry out. And research shows that if you have a condom in your wallet, it's a great possibility that it could dry out, or you might forget about it if you're not, constantly sexually active using condoms. You might forget about it. You might not look at the expiration date. You might just think, oh, I have a condom, but they have expiration dates, and it's important to use the condoms by the expiration date so that they are effective and being used, that they're effective and that you're not using them past their fresh date or their expiration date, because they will break, they will tear, things will happen that will cause or would possibly give you an exposure to an STD if the person that you're being sexually active with has an STD. Of course, STDs like herpes or genital warts are things that you can. I'm sorry, I got distracted. But I'm sorry, I totally got distracted. Train of thought just totally lost me. But yeah, it's important to you make sure you look at the expiration dates on the condoms, to make sure that you are protecting yourself, and always protect yourself at all costs because your life is valuable. So I'm gonna continue. Let her finish her thought. Just a moment.
Plan to have sex. Oh, 3 days from now I'm gonna have sex. No, we don't know we're gonna have sex. You might as well just carry them with you at all times. Right. That's true. I really much love that. For one of the men on the line, thank you, Monica Mob. I really appreciate you for coming through on this interview. We'll have questions for you later. For one of the men that's on the line, I have a question for you guys. And you can call me like ratchet, you can call me like hater, but I feel some type of way. So I would like for you guys, when you guys to answer this question for me. And by the way, for anybody who doesn't remember who I am Couture Hada. I am Channelle's co-host. Yeah, so the question is, sorry, it's so funny. Why do you men or some men not like wearing latex? Is that an excuse? Is it a lie? Because I really feel like there's no excuse for that. And I just need to know why.
Oh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Nah, to answer that, seriously, and damn, you sound sexy. You kind of fucked up my train of thought. But anyway, I'm going to get to you, Couture. This is the reason why, because the feel is different. And especially, some dudes are intimidated by putting on condoms because they won't fit the condom. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to deal with those issues. Somebody like myself don't have a problem with condoms because I care about myself and I don't want nothing to go wrong. So, I mean, that's never an issue with me. Like, if I don't know you, I mean, I'll probably, if I don't know you and I'm meeting you for the first time, I probably won't even have a condom on me, and it may get to a spot to where we about to have sex or something, and it's just like, it's not going to happen because I wasn't prepared to have sex with you in the first place because I don't even know you. I don't know your hygiene, none of that. So, I mean, you may get a finger, and I may, you know, when you're not looking, smell my fingers and make sure you're adequate at that time. But then, still, I'm not going to penetrate until I know your habits and you clean. And I like what the sister said before you because it's like, yeah, we go get tested together, like, and they both negative, like, ooh, baby, I like it raw. But if it's just a spur of the moment thing, like, if I'm in my heyday and I was just about to smash out on something, like, yeah, I stay with condoms. But it's like,
Okay. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
nah, I'd rather hear you talk, believe me.
You're so sweet, love. Thank you so much for your answering that question. Thank you for giving like the outsider kind of opinion. And thank you for giving your opinion on it. I really appreciate that very much. Oh, shout out to ODB. You know, that was hella funny. Yeah, but I couldn't help but laugh. I had to put my phone on mute because I ain't trying to discourage our followers. But yeah, like I respect it. I respect it, but still, I'm still like, no, like dick falls off, pussy hurts, all that shit hurt. You know. One more question for you, because I do like that you are so freely to answer questions.
I'm that motherfucking guy.
Huh?
I said I'm that motherfucking guy. What you expect?
Okay, that's what's up. I like that. I like that. Your confidence. When having sex with a partner for the first time, how do you bring up getting tested? Because I know for myself, I get tested every 6 months. So, and I kind of tell them, like, look, like, if you love me and I know I love you, so let's get tested together. Let's make a date out of it. Let's go get, like, sandwiches and hit the bar afterwards when we all find out that we're not to have anything, you know? So I think of things like that to do. You know, I think it'll be a fun way instead of being like, you got something? Because I heard you got something. And I'm not, you know, I think that's just a better way. But how would you try to get somebody to go get tested with you or ask them?
Well, I'll tell you like this. Like, for example, I'll be like, I zip my pen, and then I show her the equipment, and then I'll be like, if you want this, we can make that date. And it usually works. 8 times.
That dude is retarded. Oh my God. I wish a nigga would just pull down his pants and be like, yo, you want this? We gotta go set that date. I'd be like, But seeing how I seen the package, I don't know. I might actually be like, yeah. But I mean, that's just hella disrespectful though. Like, how you just gonna flash me? Like, isn't that some type of sexual assault or something? Like, don't be flashing me your private area talking about if I want this. But T Channelle, on the other hand, if I want it, I'm gonna get it. That's just how I am. But I like to protect myself. So, anyways. My beautiful, beautiful, beautiful computer that does not love me. Why don't you love me? Why don't you just work when I want you to work and stop when I want you to stop and play when I want you to play, computer? Why do you do me wrong? Load. The page becomes unresponsive. Why? The whole page just went dead. I only got 2 minutes left.
Okay. Oh, 9 times out of 10? Okay, and Marnika, she wanted to add in one more thing about that question. Oh, you're good? Okay, well, I'm gonna give my host back the mic.
Alrighty, then, is there anything that you would like to promote your page, or if your friends that the other our interviewee, if she's anything that she would like to promote, I will be the time, and then I'll begin to close our episode.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give my host back the mic.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what I just did.
Alrighty, then, at Marnika Mob on Instagram. For me. For me, you're so funny. I love you, host. For me, I am Couture Hada on Facebook and Instagram. That is COUTUREHADA, and on Snapchat, yes, y'all, it's reverse that. So Hada Couture, ADACOUTURE. And I will be exiting out. Thank you guys for tuning in, for supporting, for giving your opinion, for being freely spoken. Everything in here would not be taken out of this. No, I'm just playing. This is not AA. But I want to remind you guys, please, say text. Please wrap it up. Please. Google 411 in your area, the safest place for you to get text. Okay? Thank you.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate y'all having me on the show. Once again, it's that motherfucking guy. That's host toes and elbows and everything in between. You know, I'm with the Eat a Booty Gang, a proud carrying card member, but it ain't jumping off if it ain't safe.
Thank you. This is T Channelle, spelled T-E-A, Channelle, C-H-A-N-N-E-L-L-E. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the same name. Again, thank you guys for tuning in to Sexology. Have a good evening.
So before I go, I do want to a slightly sexy way to put on a condom. I titled it "Putting on a Condom on the Fellatio." When giving fellatio, safe sex is always important. So when giving, it is important to strap up because STDs are real and can be passed down orally. So what I'm going to do is tell you how to make it sexy. First, place the condom with the outer side into your mouth, the part of the condom with the little cum catcher pointed towards you, so that it's inside your mouth on your tongue. Place your mouth on the tip of his penis and go down, twisting back and forth and going down as far as you can go, all the while with the help of your lips and down, helping the condom roll down the shaft of his penis. If you're not a deep throater like some, then go as far as you can. Go, and the rest of the way, use your hand and roll it down while your mouth is still on his penis. After you got the condom on, you're ready to play, and remember, safe sex is the best sex. Again, it's your girl, T Channelle. Thank you for tuning in. Yo, you're not supposed to be here. Anyways, thank you guys. You guys have a good day. Peace, love, and be happy because you only live once.